everybody. It's Junction City today with Farrell, and I'm here with Eric and Shane. And what company are you guys with?
Tekutah.
Tekutah. And what exactly is it that you guys do?
Tekutah provides managed IT services for small businesses all up and down the Wasatch Front. What we do is we help small businesses better manage their computers, networks, servers by providing a more proactive and personalized service that's customized to each individual business. Each individual business does things a little bit differently. And that's what freelance IT guys like Shane and I we specialize at. We come in and we get to know them.
So I'm not even going to ask you about that stuff because you said cybersecurity. So the question I have for you on cybersecurity, what is it like? You get these phone calls from scammers, and they tell you, of course they don't pose as scammers, they pose as the IRS or they pose as Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And they want a remote into your computer. What are they looking for in your computer when they're remoting into it?
A couple different things.
Well, they're looking for, they want to put their information, they want to put their software on your computer so they can get back in later. Mm-hmm. And without your permission, of course. Mm-hmm. And also they want to steal your identity. They want to get information from the person so they can use that and make money from it.
Yeah, some more things they typically like to do is they will utilize that to scare people. Like one of the things I see a lot is people will just be browsing the internet and a big red flashy window pops up on their screen with alarm sound going off saying, warning, warning, your computer has been identified as causing problems on the Microsoft network. And this scares people. Like they see that red flashing screen and man, the first thing they do is they want to make it stop, and so there's a phone number. And they're not thinking straight. They're in panic mode. Mm-hmm. And so they call that phone number and they get somebody on the phone that says, we're from Microsoft. And what's going on? What did you do? Where were you going? And they ask them questions that shame them, that make them feel bad about something they were doing.
I've seen that before. Well, they'll say that you were searching pornographic websites, stuff like that. And of course, people haven't done it. And they're like, are you kidding me? I didn't do that.
Yeah. They might say that we recorded you on your webcam. And we know what you were doing. We know what you were looking at. And, there's people that do that. And so they might feel guilty and click on.
Yeah, it's all about playing the numbers. They know there's people out there that aren't doing that, but they're just throwing out a wide net. Mm-hmm. They're phishing. That's why it's called phishing scams. And they know that they're going to get a hook.
Mm-hmm. So is there any, they say a lot of these, come out of India or wherever, is because I've gotten a few calls before that seem pretty convincing, and there's no accent there. They sound just like. Is that where they pretty much originate from, or do they come from all over the world?
I think they come from all over the world. I think the majority of them do come from India, but these scams are becoming a popular thing, and you're seeing a lot of uptick from other countries.
Some organized crime, they're going into that type of thing, like in Eastern Europe type of thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money involved with that. Yeah.
And I always think, how on earth are people falling for this? It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. They're going to cancel my Social Security card because a car was rented in my name in Texas with 500 pounds of cocaine in it. You know what I mean? That was the last one I got. And I want to say, hey, anybody that knows me knows I'm into cocaine. It would be pills. Why are you guys? You know what I mean? But and then you'll see people on YouTube that actually let these people into their computers. That's not a wise idea, is it?
No, but you know what? They prey on people who are a little bit older, who may not be as versed in technology. Mm-hmm. My mother was caught in that, which is I don't know if it's embarrassing for me because maybe I didn't let my mother know that she's got enough, or we haven't been around her enough to say, hey, you got 6 boys that are heavy into any kind of computer thing you want to talk about. But she, again, got scared. She got that red flashy thing, and she got him in there. They got in there and they started pulling up normal event logs, things that are normal with a computer. And they say, oh, look at all these errors. Look at all these errors. You know, we can fix this for you, but it's going to cost you $350. She gave them their credit card number.
And I think a lot of the reason why it's the older generation, because back in the day, people didn't do things by, I mean, they called you and said, hey, your power bill's due, so you go pay your power bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of these people get these phone calls. Well, it's got to be official. They're calling me.
Yeah.
You know, and then they can make the phone number look like it's coming from your number.
Yeah, they can
you
spoof
know?
anything now.
It's
spoof
pretty
email
crazy.
addresses, they can spoof phone numbers. They make it look like it's coming right from your area code. A lot of calls, I get calls. And
I just got 2 sitting here talking.
801 area codes,
Yeah.
you know, or just Utah area codes. And I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it. They're pulling it from a pool of numbers, but yeah, it's scary.
So is there, and you probably don't know this answer, but you would think that there'd be some way that the United States could put the stop on that, wouldn't you?
You'd think.
And is it just that it's not big enough a problem to waste their time, or
What I see is they try, but they're always behind what's going on.
Yeah.
And so you hear about the scam, and I help people clean off their computers, this and that, and then like a month later, you hear it on the radio saying, if you get this scam, make sure you call in, and it's behind this.
Yeah, it feels like a cat and mouse game, you know.
So-
the scammers always seem to be one step ahead.
And the best thing about the scammers is when you call them out on it, what do? They cuss you and yell at you, and it's like, dude, why are you mad at me? You called me to steal money, and I don't give it to you. That you call me names.
Yeah, they're just trying to shame you. Again, it's a psychological game for them. They're just trying to see what they can get you to do to manipulate you.
Well, I like confrontation, so it's fun for me. I don't know. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't ever let anybody remote into your computer.
Yeah, you know, if you have any doubts at all, I mean, even the inkling of is this real? Stop. Go ask your neighbor, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Go ask anybody else other than the person you're on the phone with.
And what kind of software do they have you download? Like, I know there's TeamViewer, and there's a couple others out there that they tell you to download, right? So,
Yeah, there's a lot. And TeamViewer was used a lot. They've TeamViewer. I did notice that TeamViewer has changed some things with their software now and is preventing that from happening. They'll throw up a warning saying this is a possible scam.
We use TeamViewer to remote into our clients, and it's incredible software. It's nothing to do with them.
It's good software.
as long as you're not using it to steal people's identity and money.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story: don't let people remote into your computer.
Yeah.
Unless you know them, unless you've say made an appointment. Hey, at 3:00 we're going to do
And
this.
that's the key. Right. That's the key right there. You're the one that reached out and scheduled something with somebody else. Typically, Microsoft, HP, these big companies,
Yeah, they're going to call you.
even the IRS, they will never call you on the phone ever. The IRS sends you letters.
So can you tell me a little about an individual named Jim Browning?
Yeah, Jim Browning. He lives in the UK. He's a cybersecurity expert. Very good at what he does. He's top of the industry, and he decided at some point, I'm not sure exactly when, that he wanted to use his skills to start helping people who kept getting attacked by these scammers. And so he started scam baiting. It's basically the art, if it were, of getting these scammers and getting their information. He hacks into their systems. It's really crazy to watch. He gets into their security cameras. He gets into their accounting systems. He figures out where the money's going. He figures out their real names and starts calling them out on it.
He'll set up a computer that is like a virtual world. If when they remote into it, they think it's real, and they think they're going out to the internet. But they're not. They're just what he already has there for them.
Kind of a fake computer.
Fake computer. And so it's like this trap that he sets just so incredibly for them.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I think Bill's got some videos on him there. So let's go ahead and have a look at that.